It's April 1861, and Abraham Lincoln's face is somber as he watches Fort Sumter burn in South Carolina. The nation teeters on the edge of collapse. How does this quiet lawyer from Illinois become the leader who would save the Union in its darkest hour? Spoiler, it's not just talent. It's the crucible of crisis pushing a man to rise, falter, and rise again. What does this say about leadership? Let's pull up a chair with 4 presidents who refuse to be defined by their times. When chaos screams the loudest, leaders find their true voice. But how? These presidents didn't just weather storms, they found clarity amid the noise. At the Battle of Antietam in 1862, Lincoln faced the toughest decision of his presidency to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. Against fierce opposition and military uncertainty, he gambled on freeing slaves as a moral and strategic move. This wasn't just policy, it was a defining act that reshaped the war and the nation's soul. Think of leadership like a camera lens. It doesn't create the scene, but it focuses and sharpens what's already there. For Lincoln, the chaos of civil war was the raw material. His leadership honed a vision of a united America, even when millions doubted it was possible. From this crucible emerged a transformed United States, freedmen walking toward citizenship, a nation committed to equality. Lincoln's gamble turned scary uncertainty into new hope. Leadership can do that, find a through line in turmoil, forging a future that once seemed impossible. Not all leaders wear a suit and tie. Teddy Roosevelt's brash energy changed how leadership feels, no cookie-cutter model here. Picture 1898 on the Cuban battlefield. Theodore Roosevelt, charging up San Juan Hill atop his Rough Riders, becomes the face of audacity and courage. His booming voice and boundless energy inspired troops and a nation craving strength. Roosevelt showed leadership isn't just decisions, it's the magnetic force of personality on fire. Leadership's like a turbocharged engine. Personality isn't the paint job, it's the fuel. Roosevelt's bulldog spirit empowered him to bulldoze through Congress, rally public opinion, and reshape the presidency. Without that energy, ideas stay stuck. With it, they rocket forward. That ignition led to the progressive era reforms we still feel today: conservation parks, trust busting, and a presidency redefined. Roosevelt turns raw personality into a roadmap, proving leadership often means daring to be unapologetically yourself. Loud, determined, relentless. Franklin D. Roosevelt and Lyndon B. Johnson mastered an art rarely romanticized: listening. It made leaders out of them in turbulent times. In 1933, when the Great Depression crushed hope, Franklin Roosevelt didn't hide in Washington. He spoke directly into Americans' homes with his fireside chats, calm, empathetic, clear. He was listening through the radio waves, responding to fears, making leadership intimate and relatable, not distant and cold. Listening isn't passive. It's like tuning a radio to catch the faintest signals of public mood and need. FDR and LBJ both used this skill to adapt policies midstream, whether launching the New Deal or pushing civil rights legislation. They stayed connected, responsive, and agile. By tuning in, these leaders turned complex challenges into collective action, lifting millions from poverty or breaking barriers in equality. Leadership, it turns out, isn't top-down orders. It's a conversation where empathy shapes the future. Back in that smoky room staring at Fort Sumter ablaze, Lincoln's journey from uncertain lawyer to unshakable commander of a fractured nation closes the loop. The lesson? Leaders emerge from the clash between who they are and what their times demand. So next time chaos hits your doorstep, lean in, ask yourself, what story do I want to lead? Try starting today by focusing on one decision that feels too big and asking yourself, what's the lens I'm missing? Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.